We are told that gravity is an absolute law, that the abyss is a place of death, and that human fragility cannot withstand the brutal wrath of nature. But what if everything we know is wrong? Across the globe, hidden in the most terrifying vertical extremes of our planet, lie the ultimate acts of human defiance. From 12,000-year-old stone labyrinths swallowed by the Himalayan clouds, to ancient cities hanging by a thread over bottomless granite gorges, places where every step is a gamble with the void, where homes sway 150 feet in the jungle canopy, and where entire civilizations have carved their survival directly into the face of unforgiving rock. This is not just a journey to the ends of the earth. This is a breathtaking confrontation with the impossible, a testament to a species that refuses to bow. Take a deep breath. Don't look down. Welcome to the edge of existence. Korowai tree houses, the aerial fortresses of the West Papua jungle. Look up to admire the flying fortresses suspended amidst the ancient canopy, where humans choose to live completely detached from the muddy ground. You are standing in the heart of West Papua to witness the Korowai tribe, the wild architects of tree houses soaring from 10 to 50 meters high. Listen closely. No sounds of machinery or sirens, only the rustling of leaves and the calls of exotic birds echoing throughout the deep jungle. The only sound tearing through the stillness is the wind whistling through the gaps of the palm leaf walls while you are standing at the height of a 15-story building. The thick, tropical humidity seeps through your clothing, blending with the pungent scent of decaying wood and sap spreading through the pure air. The rough friction of rattan vines and rugged wooden ladders under your palms will make you clearly feel the fragility yet resilience of this structure. Climbing up each sheer, unguarded step, one feels as if gravity is trying to pull them back down to the dangerous ground below. While engrossed in conquering the height, suddenly you stop as you realize the entire house is swaying gently with every breath of the ancient treetop. Look closely at the house's main axis, an ancient banyan trunk with its top lopped off to serve as a sturdy central pillar supporting the entire home. Every bamboo sliver, wooden slat, and dried palm leaf meticulously woven with jungle rattan will make you admire the master crafting ability using the most primitive materials. Standing amidst the vastness of the primeval forest, one suddenly finds the worries of the modern world obscured by layers upon layers of green leaves. This suspended scenery doesn't make you want to do anything. It only makes you want to let go of all preoccupations to become one with the primal rhythm of life. These houses only survive for 3 to 5 years before being brought down by moisture and termites, forcing humans to be in a new cycle of survival. This tribe lived in isolation for centuries until the world accidentally discovered you and these aerial fortresses in 1974. dangerous, solitary, soaring, and magical in a blink. You are stunned, beautiful, amidst the jungle. In contrast to the safety of concrete houses, life at 50 meters is a relentless struggle against storms and the legendary monster Kaka. Just an abyssal gap away from the ground, yet you will find yourself closer to the sky and freedom than ever before amidst the wilderness. The Korowai tree houses remain a testament that humans can create life even in seemingly unreachable places. Standing before this adventurous grandeur, you will find your heart filled with the desire to once venture into this transcendent life with your companions. If you could choose one friend to conquer this challenging 50-meter height with you, who would you name? Tag them here right now. Wangjin Valley, a fantasy world amidst granite abysses. There exists a world of fantasy stepped right out of a novel's pages, where ancient wooden houses grip sheer cliffs as if defying every law of physics. You are standing before Wangjin Valley, a man-made wonder in China reborn from a heavily polluted granite quarry. Few would guess that to achieve this transcendent beauty, nearly $400 million and 10 years of restoration were invested to revive the landscape. Looking at the suspended homes, you will be amazed to learn they are anchored by massive steel rods drilled deep into the mountain rock. Architects cleverly disguised these steel anchors with traditional wooden joints to create a natural and ancient appearance. Strolling along the cloud corridors, you will feel the meticulousness of the rammed earth method, as local yellow soil is mixed with straw to cover the hanging frames. Thousands of gray tile roofs stack like giant bird nests, turning this place into a surreal hanging city amidst the mist. As night falls, you will see the valley come alive with warm lantern light glowing through the hazy fog, shimmering, ethereal, silent, and overwhelming. Staying in a cliffside room, you will clearly feel the power of the wind and the roar of waterfalls right beside you. The cost to enjoy this space amidst the abyss far exceeds that of even the most luxury hotels on land. Facing the immensity of the cliffs, you suddenly feel daily worries vanish into the sounds of nature. Something in the soul awakens, reminding us of humanity's great ability to heal nature. Every square meter at Wangjin brings you appreciation for the will to turn a dead land into a paradise. Winding paths snaking through the cliffs lead us on an exploration deep into a labyrinth of fantasy dreams. The stillness here helps you hear the breath of the forest and the whispers of frozen time. These wooden joints and tiles have witnessed the spectacular transformation of an old quarry into a green architecture icon. Moving away from the hustle of the outside world, you will carry a serene mindset after this cliffside expedition. Wangxian Valley remains forever a testament that human creativity can redefine the beauty of survival. Standing before this celestial wonder, are you ready to let your soul wander between the mist and the roaring waterfalls? In this space, would you choose to stroll under the shimmering lanterns or stay in a room hanging over the abyss? Meteora monasteries, the floating stone islands of Myth. How would you feel waking up in the mist to find yourself floating on a stone oasis hundreds of meters above the ground? Welcome you to Meteora, Greece, where giant rock pillars soaring up to 1,300 feet shoot straight into the sky as if trying to touch the clouds. Listen closely. Not the city's hustle, but only the whistle of wind through vertical cliffs and the echo of monastery bells in the void. The only sound breaking the stillness is the flapping wings of forest birds soaring right beneath your feet. In this pure space, every human breath seems to become more silent and profound. As the morning fog dissipates, you will hear the pulse of a sacred land gradually awakening after millions of years of formation. Looking closely at the old ropes and hauling nets, one understands how 14th century residents transported materials to these treacherous summits. Every stone step meticulously carved into the cliffside will astonish you with the extraordinary human will to conquer the terrain. Ancient murals inside the monasteries bear the dust of time, preserving eternal spiritual values throughout the centuries. touching the sedimentary rock surface formed 60 million years ago. You will clearly feel the friction of a great geological history. Leaving the main path, we slip into narrow stone corridors leading deep into the monastery, where time seems to stand still. Knowing not where this small alley leads is exactly why you want to walk further to discover mysterious hidden corners. Lost in the maze of stone domes and hanging gardens, one finds rare moments of stillness to reflect on oneself. Every turn on the towering cliff brings you an entirely new perspective on the magnificence of creation. Overwhelming, sacred, gray stone, and wind. You are stunned, beautiful, Meteora, amidst the mountain clouds, in a blink, soaring, unreal, yet real. Every step is an explosion of emotion as you conquer hundreds of steep stone steps amidst the windswept space. Meteora remains forever a symbol of human will, daring to build faith where it seems impossible to exist. Standing before these breathtaking stone steps looking down into a 1,300-foot abyss, do you have the mettle to climb to the highest peak and face yourself? Show me your courage by commenting right below so we can begin this high-altitude exploration together. The sacred tiger's nest suspended in Bhutan's sky. Take a deep breath of the thin, chilly air, where the scent of mild incense blends with the whistle of wind through rows of colorful prayer flags. You are standing before the tiger's nest, Paro, a sacred wonder clinging to a sheer cliff nearly 2,953 feet above the Paro Valley. Listen closely. No noise from the modern world, only the sound of spinning prayer wheels and whispered mantras dissolving into the mountain clouds. That silent sound will make you feel as if your soul has just been cleansed by the purity of the land of the Thunder Dragon. In stark contrast to the cold, gray cliffs, the monastery appears like a brilliant golden dream suspended in the vast sky. To reach this Buddhist realm, you must overcome a grueling trek or ride horses through the endless pine forests. The rugged trail leads us to the final challenge of over 700 stone steps, winding through a deep, gaping gorge. Looking down at the abyss right beneath your feet, you will find your breathing becoming heavier in the thin air at an altitude of over 10,000 feet. Sacred, and magnificent. Each prayer flag fluttering in the wind seems to transmit blessings from heaven and earth, specifically for you. This monastery was once heavily devastated by fire in 1998, but it was brilliantly revived from the ruins in 2005 through iron will. Looking closely at the intricate carvings on the domes, you will see the meticulousness of Bhutanese artisans in preserving their spiritual heritage. Standing before this grandeur, one suddenly realizes that daily worries seem to vanish, leaving only a deep inner peace. Something within you has just awakened, reminding you of the power of faith that can subdue even the harshest terrains. Touching the freezing rock face, one clearly feels the stability of a structure that has resiliently withstood the elements for centuries. Sunlight reflecting off the sparkling glass will lead you deep into the sacred caves where holy saints once meditated. Millions of travelers have set foot here with reverence. And now, our own footprints are continuing that historical flow. This journey brings you an absolute appreciation for the nation that values its happiness index more than money. Parottakchang remains forever a symbol of the sublimation between architecture and nature, a destination anyone longs to reach. Standing before the transcendent beauty of the tiger's nest amidst the clouds, are you willing to let go of all preoccupations to join me in finding deep peace within the soul? Please share your feelings right below, so we can spread the sacred vibrations from this kingdom of Bhutan together. Magician Grottos, the artistic beehive on purplish-red cliffs. Beneath the Tian Shui Mountains, there exists a path where space and time seem frozen throughout 1,600 years of history at the Magician Grottos. Witnessing this wonder, you will be astonished by a massive purplish-red rock mass rising 466 feet from the lush green forest, as if it were floating. The contrast between the vibrant red of the rock and the deep green of the wilderness creates a beauty that is both tranquil and intensely dramatic. Gazing up at the 90-degree sheer cliff, you will see a system of crisscrossing stairs and corridors like a giant web clinging to the mountain stone. These precarious walkways are not just a means of travel, but a testament to the master craftsmanship of artisans across more than 10 dynasties. The higher you climb, the more you clearly feel the rough friction of the cliff face and the subtle vibrations of the wooden stairs beneath your feet. This journey demands absolute focus because a single misstep could lead one straight into the gaping abyss below. Listening to the wind whistling through the rock crevices, you will hear the whispers of the past echoing from as far back as the 4th century. Ancient, treacherous. These artworks have endured for millennia, preserving every human emotion upon the silent faces of the stone. Standing amidst the precarious stairs, you suddenly realize your own insignificance before the magnificent flow of time. Pause. Breathe slowly, and feel the pulse of a cultural heritage breathing alongside the forests of northwest China. Something within awakens, making you want to let go of secular noise to find a deep serenity inside the heart of the grottos. Leaving the main path, we slip into deep corners where ancient murals still retain their vibrant colors. The stillness at hundreds of feet high helps you cleanse your soul, leaving only admiration for humanity's infinite creativity. Every meter of stairs you overcome carries the aspiration to reach nirvana of the craftsman from thousands of years ago. The scorching sun on your neck reminds you that this is not a dream, but a majestic reality of Buddhist art. Maijishan Grottos remains forever a brilliant mark, retelling the story of a nation that never retreats before natural adversity. Standing before this challenging web-like corridor system, does your heart have enough courage to overcome the fear of the abyss and touch the soul of the stone? Show me your mettle by choosing. Climb all 200 caves, or just stay and admire from the foot of the mountain right below. Kandovan Village, the living stone candles of the Iranian desert. There exists a place where mountains are not merely lifeless cliffs, but giant melting candles that have sheltered human life for 7 centuries. Stepping into Kandovan village, you will feel like you've wandered into a fairy tale world where homes are carved directly from volcanic stone. This strange village took shape in the 13th century, when residents fleeing Mongol invaders chose the heart of the stone as their fortress for survival. The cool sensation from the rock walls will brush against your skin the moment you step out of the scorching Iranian desert heat. In stark contrast to the outside heat, the atmosphere inside the stone caves remains remarkably soft and refreshingly cool. As you begin to climb the rugged stone steps, you will find yourself venturing into a challenging vertical maze. Narrow and steep passages weave through conical rock formations up to 15 meters high, creating a spatial structure with no trace of flat ground. Looking closely at the rough chisel marks on the cliff, you will recognize the imprint of human hands that persistently crafted homes from solid rock. Every tiny window frame and meticulously carved storage niche on the top floor tells a story of extraordinary adaptation. Here, you can observe the unique 4-story house structure with livestock on the ground floor and human living spaces in the middle levels. While the outside world has changed drastically with concrete, Kandovan preserves a pure way of life within its volcanic pumice pillars. Standing amidst the silence of these stone candles, you suddenly feel the daily hustle and bustle become distant and strangely small. A strange peace radiates from the rough cliffs, making one want to let go of all worries to find primal stillness. Listening to the wind whistling through the sharp rock crevices, you will feel the steady protection that nature has bestowed upon the residents. There is no These stone pillars have witnessed countless harsh winters, keeping people warm even when outdoor temperatures plunge to 4 degrees. Even without modern electric heating, you will be amazed to find the stone houses maintaining a miraculously warm temperature amidst the winter. Kandovan village remains forever a living testament to human will in taming the planet's harshest terrains. If given the chance to travel back in time to see the first settlers hollowing out the stone for their homes, would you be willing to trade a single day of the present? Please comment your thoughts below so we can decode the soul of this enchanting stone candle city together. Dhankar Village, the 12,000-year-old stone sculpture of the Himalayas. Amidst the grandeur of the Himalayas, there exists a path where space and time seem to have frozen for 12,000 years at the ancient village of Dhankar. Upon arriving here, you will be astonished by a monochrome ash-gray structure where the line between human hands and nature seems to blur. The village appears as a massive sculpture carved into the cliffside, challenging the harshness of time and the treacherous terrain. Standing on the earthen rooftops, you suddenly realize you are walking on the very footpaths of neighbors living directly below. This unique layered design transforms all of Dhankar into a surreal limestone maze suspended in midair. In stark contrast to the city's hustle, the space around you is left only with the absolute silence of the high Spiti Mountains. Chilly, pristine, gray stone, and the deep blue sky. The piercing chill of the mountain winds from the deep gorge will awaken all your senses the moment you touch the terracotta walls. Looking closely at the layers of time-worn dust on the roofs, one sees the resilient existence of a community that has held on here for tens of millennia. In the moment of standing atop this peak, you suddenly find daily worries becoming insignificant before the endurance of the mountain stone. Listen closely. Not the sound of machinery, but only the whistle of the wind through rock crevices, tearing the silence of the ancient fortress. Despite the threatening, steep terrain, you still feel a strange peace radiating from the ancient temples nestled against the cliffs. The stones beneath your feet have borne the footprints of generations for 12 centuries, and now, our own footprints. Every breath in the thin air helps you reflect on your inner self amidst the vast expanse of the Himalayas. Pause for a beat by the abyss to feel the greatness of an architecture that seems to grow directly from Mother Earth herself. This journey is not merely sightseeing. It is a dramatic confrontation for you with the limits of human endurance. Leaving the beaten paths, we slip into deep, narrow alleys where time seems to have long since fossilized. Every square meter in Dhankar brings you an absolute appreciation for the intense survival will of humanity. Dhankar village remains forever a powerful testament to how humans can create life in places that seem impossible to exist. Standing before this majestic monochrome beauty, would you choose to venture onto the dramatic rooftop paths, or sit quietly and let your soul melt into the clouds? Share your choice below so we can decode the soul of this village in the clouds together. Phugtal Monastery, the spiritual beehive hanging amidst the Himalayas. What would you do if standing before a giant beehive clinging to a sheer cliff amidst a deep valley? Appearing before your eyes is Phugtal Monastery, a strange religious complex hidden deep within the Himalayas of northern India. This place has stood for over 800 years without any technical drawings, as everything was built based on a profound understanding of the mountain terrain. To reach this wonder, you must endure a grueling trek lasting at least 1 to 2 days across treacherous mountain paths. Instead of digging foundations, the mud and wood homes are hung onto the cliff using timber beams, driven deep into cracks in the mountain stone. While gliding along the narrow paths, you will see that the boundary between man-made architecture and natural cliffs seems non-existent. The piercing cold wind from the gorge blowing across the rough mud walls touches every fiber of your being, bringing a dramatic, refreshing sensation. Silent, soaring, sacred, and metal. Looking closely at the juniper branches and loose stones stacked together, one understands the meticulousness in utilizing every local material. Venturing into the vertical maze, suddenly you pause before rooms so tightly interlocked, they seem like a living entity. Touching the rough stone surface that serves as the main load-bearing frame, one clearly feels the friction of time fossilized from centuries ago. Walking on the earthen rooftops, you suddenly realize you are moving on the very paths or yards of other homes. Ancient timber beams driven deep into the mountain have witnessed countless harsh winters, yet still keep the monastery standing firm in the void. Facing the abyss of over 1,000 feet looming beneath your feet, you suddenly realize human insignificance before the wilderness's grandeur. Every square meter at Phugtal tells the story of an era where faith could turn deadly cliffs into a pure land. Listen closely. No noisy engines, only the whistle of wind through mountain crevices tearing the silence of the windswept plateau. The contrast between the monastery's white and the rock's dark gray creates an enchanting, surreal painting. Leaving the narrow, unguarded corridors, you will carry a steadier mindset before life's challenges. Phugtal Monastery remains forever a testament to how humans can create miracles in places that seem impossible to exist. Standing before this hanging beehive, your heart is moved by the desire to find peace amidst the extreme harshness of nature. In this tranquil space, Would you choose to spend time talking with the monks or quietly watch the river flowing beneath the abyss?